Greetings travelers, and welcome to another Tempo Strategy Wild Hearthstone video. We're halfway through the Scholomance Academy expansion cycle, and despite a couple of early hiccups, we're seeing the Wild format flourish with a variety of legend-viable strategies. Of course, even in a wide open meta, there's going to be a handful of decks that stand tall in the top tiers and come to define the meta, but for every Reno Priest, Discard Warlock, Aggro Druid, or Odd Paladin out there, there are just as many Dark Horse decks with the potential to climb to Wild's highest ranks. This is the Off-Meta Wild Deck Spotlight, Scholomance Academy Edition, and today we're going to take a look at 4 unique decks that you can use to forge your own path and climb to legend and beyond in the Scholomance Academy meta. As always, before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Strategy YouTube channel and to turn notifications on to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone content. Our first featured deck is a true oddity to see climbing the ranks. Baku the Moon Eater is no stranger to Wild, with Odd Rogue, Odd Paladin, Odd Warrior, and even Odd Shaman seeing common play on ladder these days. But have you ever seen an Odd Mage hit the top ranks before? This spicy Odd Mage build from Wild expert Zatuliup is packed with powerful cards from Scholomance Academy that elevate Odd Mage from the meme tiers to actual legend viability. Odd Mage's 2 damage upgraded hero power is great at sniping small minions or just going face, and it even gets better when you can make it cost 0 mana with Tour Guide and make it deal extra damage with Daring Fire Eater or Arcane Amplifier. The deck's got more going on than just a souped up hero power though. Scholomance has also added a new spell damage minion package that powers up Odd Mage's removal options and summoning power with unexpected results. Add Scholomance's all-star legendary minions Janice Barov and Ross Frostwhisper, along with the classic Janalai the Dragonhawk, and you have a deck that can create intimidating threats and deal a surprising amount of damage almost out of nowhere. Altogether, Odd Mage is a potent option for climbing, and in a world where Quest Mage and Reno Mage are the most common mage decks to face, your opponents will never see it coming. Our next deck comes straight out of the history books to stake one last claim for Wild format domination. We're talking about Secret Paladin, which was once one of the most feared decks in the game, and with Wild Legend Ryla HS's new build, it's back with a few new tricks. Lorekeeper Polkelt is one of the most powerful legendary minions out of Scholomance, and in Secret Paladin, it's a serious upgrade for the Mysterious Challenger package. When you play Polkelt on 4, you guarantee that you draw Mysterious Challenger by turn 6, while stacking your secrets to the bottom of the deck to ensure that. Lorekeeper also stacks your deck with other power plays, including Sunkeeper Tarim and Call to Arms, allowing you to wallop your opponent with Haymaker after Haymaker. What else does Scholomance bring to the table? Goody Two Shields joins the range of classic early game Paladin minions to help you dominate the board while you wait to get the Mysterious Challenger Wombo combo online. The deck is surprisingly well equipped to fight against the format's popular aggro decks, and can even threaten the best Wild combo and control decks with the right draws. Overall, Secret Paladin is a great choice for climbing if you love classic Hearthstone gameplay and you're itching to take it to the next level. Speaking of classics, Inner Fire Combo Priest is another old favorite that has the potential to make a comeback thanks to new cards from Scholomance Academy. This fresh new build from Jammerman HS wants to get a high health minion on the board quickly, then buff it to colossal proportions with the Divine Spirit Inner Fire combo, sometimes making it large enough to finish the opponent in one shot. New from Scholomance, Frazzled Freshman joins an old school lineup of high health minions that can grow out of control quickly, and Power Word Feast makes it easier than ever to keep your minions healthy. If you run into any problems keeping your minions alive, Raise Dead is here to make sure you never run out of minions to buff. With so many high health minions and taunts, Combo Priest can usually stand up to Wild's high-paced aggro decks, but if you ever lose control of the board, you can chain your arsenal of cheap spells together with Wild Pyromancer to wipe the slate clean, and if Northshire Cleric is tagging along, you're sure to draw tons of cards at the same time. Combo Priest can be tricky to play to its full potential, but that makes it all the more rewarding to put the puzzle together and get some wins on ladder along the way. Just remember, never go full Northshire. As for our last deck, it wouldn't be an off-meta Wild deck spotlight without a Hunter deck, and for our Scholomance Academy edition, we're bringing you a savage new list that goes straight for the throat. Wild Legend Maestro Corbett turned the ladder upside down with a Highlander Hunter build that combines standard Face Hunter technology with classic Wild aggressive staples. Wait, is this a Wild Highlander deck without Reno Jackson? You bet it is. Who has time for Reno when you're trying to set up a blistering curve with Alley Cat into Crackling Razor Maw, into Scavenging Hyena plus Spring Paw, or when you're trying to trap the opponent with a minion-heavy secret package? Beyond the early game minions, the deck has plenty of sources of damage and ways to pile on the pressure, not least of which is Zephrys the Great, who always has a knack for finding lethals out of nowhere. What does Scholomance Academy have to offer for this deck? Lorekeeper Keeper Polkelt heralds the deck's heaviest hitters by stacking Dino Tamer, Brianna, and Leroy Jenkins straight to the top of the deck to set up the finishing blows. In a format dominated by board-based aggro decks, Highlander Hunter stands apart from the crowd with its ability to go over the top with direct damage and charge minions, which can give it extra staying power against control strategies when other aggro decks would tap out. All in all, Highlander Aggro Hunter is a solid deck, and if you're familiar with the archetype from Standard, it's easy to port the deck over to Wild and go for Legend in Hearthstone's classic format. Overall, Wild is thriving in the Scholomance Academy meta, and a wide range of strategies are viable, so you don't have to stick with the same old format staples to have a shot at climbing to Legend. These 4 off-meta decks give us a glimpse of what's possible in Wild, so be sure to give them a try, or feel free to build your own unique deck to take the meta by storm. If you enjoyed this spotlight, let us know in the comments which decks you'd like us to feature next, and as always, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Strategy YouTube channel and to turn notifications on to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone content. Thanks for watching!